What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I appreciate you for consuming this content. If you're here, it's because you've probably come from the likelihood of a few different options, whether you're reading my book one in front of the other, whether or not you're in Uncaged and following the movement, or maybe you just stumbled across this because you're focused on personal and professional development. Now, full transparency, we are a men's only accountability group, so we're very polarizing on our views on the way we talk inside of this channel, and anything that has to do with Uncaged as men specifically. But this goes for anyone that's looking to improve themselves. Like, I don't care if you're wanting to improve yourself on health, wealth, and relationships, becoming a better man, whatever the case is, this is someone who is looking to be that best version of themselves. And for today, we're talking about stepping into your own life. It's something that's very, very important to me. I spoke on it many, many times. And really, like, this channel is about, it's a reflection of me to talk to myself. These are conversations that come up in Uncaged regularly in personal development, no matter if I'm speaking on stage, I'm on a podcast, whatever the case is. These are some common denominators that a lot of people struggle with that unfortunately just don't get communicated on a regular basis. And that's the difference between what we are trying to do here and pulling back that veil and breaking through some of those social norms. So talking about stepping in to your own life. This is for men that are out there striving to build their dream life, oftentimes unknowingly sabotaging themselves out of fear, out of societal conditioning, out of self-limiting beliefs. But I wanted to talk about breaking through that cycle and creating this mindset shift that is needed to fully step into your own life. So I don't care who you are, but specifically, like, this is for the men that are out there not only just wanting to improve themselves in health, wealth, and relationships, but as a fucking man. So, this isn't just about hitting goals. This is about becoming the kind of man who actually fucking deserves to win, right? It's a completely different scenario on actually achieving success and becoming a motherfucker that deserves it, right? And so this is about owning your destiny. This is about killing that old fucking version of yourself and stepping into the life that you were fucking meant for. This is serious stuff that we're going to be talking about today. So why does this even matter for uncaged men, right? Like, we're supposed to be high achievers. We're supposed to be high performers. We're supposed to already be dedicated to holding each other accountable to this. But most men typically just fucking drift through life. They're following someone else's constraints. They're following someone else's ideologies. They settle and they conform based on what society tells them. They have a fear of dictating what their own future looks like. They would rather just someone else spoon feed them. But inside Uncaged, like, fuck being average. We refuse to let another man keep us stuck in mediocrity because we were too fucking afraid to take control. Now, stepping into your own life, the core concept of it, right, is how can we reverse engineer a formula to become the best version of ourselves? What does that look like? Everything that you want just requires an identity shift. That's it. If you want to be healthier, wealthier, if you want to be more well respected, if you want to be more confident, you have to stop thinking like a weak, broke, passive bitch. That's it. You have to reframe your mindset when it comes to obstacles and opportunities in your life. Your life is literally a reflection of your standards that you set for yourself. You don't get what you want. You have to fucking earn it. And now is the time when you have to decide if you're the type of man that's going to sit around and wait for life to give you whatever it is you have coming, or you're going to go out there and fucking make it happen for yourself. Now, the process of stepping into your own life is you have to identify what's holding you back. Is it your fears? Is it your excuses? Is it old beliefs that you have? Then you have to destroy that old version of yourself. This is an identity that is keeping you stuck where the fuck you are. What's gotten you to where you are is not going to get you where you want to go. It is time to destroy that old self. Then you have to step into your new identity, which is what we're talking about here today. You have to act as if you're already that motherfucker. You have to act like him. You have to think like he thinks. You have to move like he moves. You have to respond the way he responds. How can you start thinking like that? If I was this more educated, more coached, more well-rounded, healthier, wealthier, strongest relationship ever, like, if I was that man, how would that man think? How would that man interact on my day-to-day? How would that man make decisions? How would that man react to uncontrollable situations. You have to then create this system of accountability. If you're not in fucking Uncaged, first of all, why the fuck aren't you? But even if it's not, maybe we're not your cup of tea. I'm here for that. There's a clear division on the type of men that we want in Uncaged and the type of men we don't. And if you're not that person, great. There are other groups for you. I don't care how you do it. I'm still support you. I still want to see you win. It just ain't going to be with us. So go find another group that's going to hold your feet to the fire. Stop being yes men to every one of your shitty fucking decisions and ideas and actually hold you accountable to doing what the fuck you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it, so that you do not fall back into your old habits. So create a system for yourself that works for you based off of accountability. Now, one of the analogies that I use when I talk about this is I used to go to this dog park with my dogs, and it was so incredible to see some of these puppies. These huge fucking breeds, man, like Mastiffs and some of these pit bulls and Rottweilers, just incredible little puppies. Like I love those breeds so much. And you would see them, they're scared of their own shadow, and they're looking at their fucking paws. And it's almost as if they're intimidated to walk around. Like they don't quite understand who they were meant to be, like who they are going to grow into, how they're going to grow into the size that they see. You know, these shadows are often portrayed much larger than what we actually see, but also their paws, they're much larger than what their current stature is. They're going to grow into them. And it's just so awesome to see these animals just so intimidated about who they are going to become. But so many of us men walking through life are like that. We see our own shadows, we see our own feet, and we're too scared to fucking fulfill them. We're too scared to step into our own life, into our what is meant for us. And the thing is your growth is inevitable. You're going to grow. Now you have to start dictating what you're going to grow into. These puppies are going to grow into these large, enormous animals, whether they like it or not. But it's up to you to step into your own life intentionally, or you're going to waste fucking years living below your potential. Now, one of the things that, before we get into this next piece, because I know it's what we're about to talk about, it's incredibly important. I deal with this all day, every day, talking to men, both in the VIP group, in the free group, and people wanting to find out more information about the Uncaged movement. But when I talk specifically about stepping into your own life, it's creating your own lane. That's what we talk about inside of my book, right? It's to create your own lane. Because when you start to think about lanes, when you get into someone else's fucking lane, you can only go as fast and as far as they do. You are holding yourself back based on other people. Control the controllables. We talk about it in Uncaged all the fucking time. But making your own lane is about that. When you create your own lane and you're the only one in it, you can run as fast and as far as you want. Now, there's other things we're going to talk about in the future of this episode about like why it is important to have people around you, but stop limiting yourself to other people. I can't tell you how many times I've seen it. I've done it. I've been around people that I care about that have done it, where they put themselves in a box, in this constraint that someone else has created for them, and it now suppresses their ability to grow. It suppresses their dream life. It holds them back. It takes them longer to achieve their dream life if they even ever do, right? And the thing is like what we're about to read, what we're about to go through, what we're about to experience in this training. So again, if you're reading the book, you're about to get here. If you're just happen to stumble across this video, what you're about to watch. If you're in Uncaged, what we are about to learn about is you are going to die. And believe me, I cringe as much as anyone when I hear this. I don't like talking about this. I know that there's positive and negative benefits to having conversations around death. But real fast, before we get into this next section, because this is inevitable. One of these is happening in your life. But the thing is we are going to die. There's two men that are in your future that will be dying. There is that version of you that has fulfilled their dream life, and there's one that didn't. One of those two people are going to die. One of which dies much sooner. If you start to go down this journey of your life without filling in your fullest potential, that version of you that lives their dream life dies much sooner. Because at some point, your actual body will pass on, right? But the version of you that was put on this earth, or for some cases was kept on this earth to be, will die much sooner. It's the spirit and the soul and this aura about you where you just know when you see a man that's given the fuck up. You see a man that's conformed out in life. You now know. You can see it in their eyes. They're soulless. They allowed that dream life version of themselves to die an early death. You have that same opportunity. Now, what I'm about to get into are several of the ways that you're probably telling yourself on why you don't deserve these things, on why you don't need your dream life, on why it's okay that that's someone else's responsibility to go out there and have their dream life. You know, I've one of my biggest pet peeves is seeing people say, "Oh, it must be nice." Because when you start to get around high achievers, right? My own mindset has shifted. When I see people doing awesome shit, I'm like, fuck yeah, that's badass. Because I now know all the hard work that went in behind closed doors, behind the scenes, things that people will never fucking understand or know about, it took to accomplish those things. You can still do it morally and ethically. One of the biggest things that I fucking hate is people that write excuses off of being like, oh yeah, they must have scammed people out of money. They must have fucked people over. They must be pieces of shit. They must have horrible relationships. They must do this, do that, do that. They make all these fucking excuses for other people because they can't ever compare themselves to it, right? What is it? Comparison is the thief of joy, right? They see these other people and they think, oh, well, they must have cheated the system in order to accomplish that. Now, albeit, I've seen plenty of motherfuckers, unfortunately, that have lied, cheated, and stole to get to the top. But I fortunately enough have seen that there are people out there that are genuine, some of the best people you'll ever meet, some of the most modest, with just pure humility and they're just selfless. You have that opportunity, but what we're about to talk about, you have to overcome it first. Now, some of the biggest fucking ways that men specifically hold themselves back, these are the things that are keeping you from stepping into your own life. And we talk about these very often inside of Uncaged. So if you're not in it, I highly suggest you get in it. Get on a roundtable call. Let's dive through this and how you specifically are focused on this and how to get you out of it. But it could be imposter syndrome, right? It's the whole like, who am I to do this, or who am I to deserve this? Like, I can't do this. I'm not smart enough. Whatever the case is, you have to stop waiting for permission. You have to do it yourself. No one's going to come and just hand you an award. You have to go earn it. You have to document your wins. You have to take action despite your self-doubt. I know it's easier said than done because you're going to doubt yourself. You're going to think that you're not worthy. You're going to think that you don't have the accolades or accomplishments to be able to deserve this. Your prerequisites haven't been completed, but you have to start somewhere. So stop using imposter syndrome as a fucking excuse. Sometimes you're going to fear that you're outgrowing your inner circle, right? That's fine. What if I lose my friends? Good. If your friends aren't pushing you towards your dream life, they are pulling you further away. I fucking promise you. Ask me how I know. Another one that's huge that I see all the time is called success guilt. It's this guilt that overcomes you when you start to see success. You can blame this on the way you were brought up. You can blame this on your family. You can blame this on your geographical location, whatever the case is, right? Maybe you making more money than your parents ever did, or you make more money than any of your friends did, and you see them struggling, or some of the things that we'll talk about a little bit in a second, like survivor's guilt, stuff like that. Like, oh, I deserve to be held down because someone else related to me is being held down. Like, I don't deserve this. Success guilt and survivor's guilt is very similar. But what you got to do is you have to understand that success creates opportunities for others. So it's not selfish, it's necessary. You have to truly understand that to build something worth having, building a legacy, building greatness, it impacts more than just you. So yes, you might see a direct reciprocation of the work you put out versus the rewards you receive, but other people fucking do too, whether or not they admit it or not. So keep that in mind. Let's get rid of the success guilt. Then there's the fear of responsibility. What if I can't handle the pressure? Look, as providers, it's something that creeps up on us a lot. Like, what if I can't handle it? What if it's too much? What if I'm not strong enough? However, leaders have to handle pressure. So if you want to be a leader, you have to start overcoming these objections sooner than later. You have to stop fearing responsibility and learn to fucking embrace it. And then again, I've hinted on this, survivor's guilt. Why did I make it when others didn't? And I don't care if that's overcoming addiction. I don't care if that's, prior military experience, whatever the case is, making it out the hood, whatever. You have to lead by example. People are fucking watching you whether you believe it or not. You have to show others what's possible instead of staying limited to your self-beliefs. Then you have perfectionism. We talk about this a lot inside of Uncaged, which also can be go in line with like analysis paralysis, right? So I'll start when I'm ready. I'll start at the perfect time, or I need all the information before I make a decision, right? Listen, immediate action over perfect procrastination. We talk about that all the time in Uncaged. We joke about building the plane as we fly it. The thing that I have noticed over and over and over and over again in my experience is the people that are successful, the people that are just industry leaders, they've just been fucking doing it. They've been fucking getting the reps in. They never fucking gave up. They never quit. They never let their excuses overcome them. They kept fucking pushing. They kept learning, and they kept improving. That's fucking it. You try, you fail, you learn, you execute. You try, you fail, you learn, you execute. You try, you fail, you learn, you learn and execute. You just keep fucking moving. That's it. Then there's the fear of judgment. Like, oh, what will people think? So fucking what? If you're not sucking my dick or paying my bills, why do I really fucking care what you think anyways? People are already going to judge you. How about you just give them something to fucking respect instead? Then there's, of course, the lack of self-worth. Like, oh, I'm not good enough. Now, this is an opportunity for someone like that needs to be like polarized and be like, oh, boo fucking who? Like, we all have our own fucking stories. And that's valid. But we have to educate here, right? You don't know what you don't know until you know it. You have to demand more for yourself. Because if you don't, no one else will. If you don't respect yourself, why would anyone else fucking respect you? I promise you there's men out there in your life that you fucking know, that you could think about, that don't fucking respect themselves. Their wife doesn't respect them. Their kids don't respect them. Their bosses or their employees don't respect them. You probably don't fucking respect them. Do you really want to be that person? Is there someone else watching this video that's thinking about you when I say that? Then there's the fear of losing comfort. I get it. You don't want to risk it. Why have to? Don't fix it if it's not broken. Staying comfortable kills your potential. So it's time for you to get fucking comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's it. That is the difference between a lot of successful people and people that are unsuccessful. So they give up because that's the easiest thing to do. However, life is fucking hard. You can choose your hard now. You can choose your hard later. But either way, it's going to come. For me, I'd rather get it over with now and handle those easy, exciting days, chill back, lay back, and reap the benefits of my hard work later on. But anyways, chasing external validation. Like, so many people only do things because they feel like they need recognition for others in order to be successful, right? How many of us go through that? It's definitely a journey I went on. I went down. I'll admit it. A lot of people, they define success or what you have to do. People think that success is, the definition of success is that other people validate you. They put you on a pedestal, they hype you up. But a lot of times this gets caught off guard because we have to learn that that's just a bunch of yes men. These aren't people that are pushing us towards greatness. They are celebrating conformity. So what you have to do is you have to actually define success on your own terms. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it taste like? What does it smell like? It has to be yours on your terms, not someone else's. Because I promise you, other people, whether they mean to or not, will project their limiting beliefs onto you. So if you're not setting your own terms on what success looks like, someone else will. And irregardless throughout all of this is if you genuinely think that you have to have someone else's validation, I promise you the silent majority, more are watching than you think, and it is impacting more people than you could ever imagine. Next is the whole lone wolf mentality, right? I can do it on my own. Well, every fucking successful man has a team. You know this. I've talked about this a lot. I hate self-made. I hate that phrase. I hate that movement. I hate people that fucking claim it. No one on this fucking earth is self-made. It takes a team. It takes a brotherhood. It takes mentors. It takes mentees. It takes peers. You read about that in my book. One of the things that we hit on all the time inside of Uncaged, because we do have a crew, we do have packs, right? We do have regions of Uncaged members all across the country that lean in on each other. Because if you want to go somewhere fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, you got to go together. Next is fucking being addicted to the struggle. I see this all the time. I hate this excuse because it's that. It's an excuse. Like, oh, if it's not hard, it's not worth it. Or, oh, I'm just going to, this isn't for me. I need to be used to the chaos, right? You have to learn to work smarter, not harder, right? You deserve effortless success. But in order to do that, you have to put tons of effort in on the front end. You have to be methodical with the way you take action. You have to strategize. You have to envision. And maybe that's not your strong suit, but that's what the power of having a collective group of like-minded men is for, is to be there and support you when this isn't an area of your strength. Next is an attachment to your old identity. I see this a lot. It's the people that just, I've always been this way. I always will be this way. This is who people know me as. This is how I've always done it, right? Don't fix it if it's not broken. This whole but this is who I've always been mentality will keep you exactly who you've always been. So it's up to you to kill the old version of you, to kill that old self. You have to step into what you are meant to become. Otherwise, you never will achieve it. No one's going to come and do it for you. No one's going to come and knight you. You have to step into those roles, step into those responsibilities. You got to put those fucking shoes on and lace them the fuck up. Next is the fear of being the victim or the villain, right? I see this victim mindset played out all the time. People are going to think I'm arrogant. People are going to think I'm egotistical. People are going to think this, that. It's all based on what other people are going to think about you. You have to understand that good men with power create change. So stop conforming. Stop shrinking. If you really want to change the trajectory of your life, your family's life, your legacy, other people, the people that surround yourself, you have to step into your own life. You have to step into your own power. You have to step into your own greatness. Next is not having a clear vision. I don't know what I want out of life. I can't tell you how many times I hear this. And honestly, it's something that I need to really address because we have the 30-day challenge inside the group. It's free. The free Uncaged 30-day challenge. And the first 5 days are all about goal setting. And I can't tell you, those are the hardest fucking days for so many members, for so many men, because they have no idea what they fucking want out of life. You have to define your dream life. You have to be able to envision it. You have to see that it's tangible, that it's possible, that you can accomplish it so that you stop fucking drifting. So if you haven't yet, please, I urge you, it's fucking free. Go through the free 30-day challenge. Then, lastly, we could keep going on about this all day long. This is what roundtable calls are good for. Even the expert calls inside Uncaged is massively beneficial here. But a lot of men are fucking waiting on permission. I need to have more experience first. They're waiting on someone to come give them validation or the credentials that they fucking need. No one's coming to save you. You have to take action before you feel ready, before you feel worthy. Because when you go out there and you start giving, eventually you realize you've given everything that you have, right? And then what happens? It forces you to go learn more. It forces you to understand at a deeper level. It forces you to become better, to become stronger. So like really what I want to kind of go through towards the end of this is I want to show you how to step into your own life fucking today. Like this is the process for taking full fucking ownership of your life. If you've gone through the 30-day challenge, you understand mapping out your dream life. We've been over that. But this is actually taking that step forward of becoming a new motherfucker, of becoming that motherfucker that you deserve to be, of that motherfucker that deserves to live your dream life. So what I want you to do is I actually want you to write down your old identity. I want you to really conceptualize who you've been pretending to be. What fears have held you back? What were your self-limiting beliefs? Like, who is that old version of you? Then we got to get rid of the script. We got to stop playing this vicious cycle over and over and over. The definition of insanity, doing the same things over and over and expecting a fucking different reaction. So now you got to get rid of that. You got to make the decision to move forward. So what I want you to do is I actually want you to metaphorically, physically, literally burn the fucking list. Like I want you to write down in detail what your old identity was. Be specific about it. And then I want you to destroy it. Burn it, tear it up, bury it. I don't give a fuck. Now I want you to define the fucking man that you want to be. How does your future self think, act? How do they show up as a motherfucking man when they walk in a room? As a man when you get in bed with your wife? As a man when you wake up your child? What habits do you have? What is it that you actually no longer fucking tolerate in your life? The old version of you might have tolerated it, but not the motherfucker we are today, bro. Stop tolerating mediocrity, bro. Then we got to change our environment. Stop hanging around motherfuckers that kept you at your old identity, at your old self. If they aren't pushing you towards your dream life, they are fucking pulling you away from it. Is their relationship really that fucking important to you? Could be friends, could be family, could be employees, could be bosses. You can fire your own boss. You know that, right? I don't care what it is. But you've got to get into the rooms where people are that force you to fucking level up, that force you to see what you deserve to be. Then I want you to take action today. I want you to make a decision right fucking now to just fucking move differently. Like it's immediately, in the second. You're done with that old way you used to think. You move differently now. You're a new motherfucker right here, right now. You speak differently. You act differently. You think differently. Start now thinking like that person that's going to die one day. I want you to think in your dream life. That man. Now, I want to challenge you. Most men are going to die with their potential locked inside of them because they were too fucking afraid to step into their own life. Now, the difference between you staying stuck or leveling up is whether you're willing to take ownership of your life right now. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, right fucking now. Next, I want you to identify one fucking belief, fear, or excuse that's been holding you back. Just give me one. That's all I want. I just want one. I know there might be many. I named a fuck ton earlier. I just want, what is the one that has the most weight on your shoulders, the most stress in your life, the one that is holding you back the most? I want you to write it down, and I want you to destroy it. I want you to burn it, rip it up, throw it in the fucking ocean, bury it, do a burnout on it, light it on, whatever. Get fucking rid of it. And then I want you to take one, hear me when I say this, bold fucking action today towards your future identity. I don't care what it is. Again, if you've gone through the 30-day challenge, there's steps to get to your dream life. I want you to do something extreme today that sets the tone for who this new fucking motherfucker is that you are today. Now, every man has a choice. Comfort or greatness. It's up to you to choose. And we're forcing you to choose today. Most men choose comfort. They waste their potential because it's just easy. They want the easy life. Unbeknownst to themselves, life is going to be a fucking nightmare in the future because they didn't take the road less traveled now. They didn't choose to be that greatest version of themselves. They didn't choose to step into their own life. They didn't choose to make their own lane. So yeah, it's easy now, but life becomes a motherfucker in the future if you're not careful. And that's the last thing I fucking want. Now, Uncaged is for the few who choose greatness. I can't tell you, in the free group, we have over 5,000 members. In the VIP group, we have over 250 members. They're 100% as a top 1% of the top 1%. It's up to you to choose. How bad do you fucking want it? So if you're ready to step into your own life, it's time to commit and take action. If you're not in Uncaged, I urge you to join the free group. It's fucking free. That's it. If you're in the free group, I encourage you to join VIP. That's it. It's $97 a month for a plethora of things that would blow your fucking mind. If you're in VIP, I highly encourage you to sign up for the BAP coaching program and get yourself a big-ass problem coach. There are always levels to this. The conformity will fucking kill you. So I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what you're dealing with. I gave you steps to actually take action today. Write down what's been holding you back the most. Fucking destroy it. And then take immediate action on something that's going to be impactful to you in your life now to get you to your dream life. Write about it, comment about it, shoot me a DM, give me a fucking phone call. I don't care. I want to hear what it is that you're doing. Drop in the comments, reach out to me, reach out to myself, any of the VIP members, any of the pack leaders, the Uncaged assistants, anything that you want. We are here for you. We're here to support you. We're here to hold you accountable, but we don't know what you're dealing with unless you voice it. So guys, I love you. I hope this meant something to you, and I can't wait to see you next time. Peace.